Most of us spend our lives working to put a roof over our heads, food in our stomachs, and clothes on our backs. And there may be hobbies, interests, and fun activities. Is there something more to life? Have you found a game worth playing? Seek, above all, for a game worth playing. Having found the game, play it with intensity. Play it as if your life and sanity depended on it. They do depend on it. There are two broad categories of life games. Object games, where the attainment of material things is the aim of the game. Metagames, where games are played for intangible aims like knowledge, beauty, or salvation. First, the object games. The object game, hog in the trough. The aim, wealth. The object game, cock on the dunghill. The aim, fame. The object game, Moloch. The aim, glory or victory. And the metagames. The metagame, art. The aim, beauty. The metagame, science. The aim, knowledge. The metagame, religion. The aim, salvation. In between these two broad categories of life games, there is the biological role to continue human existence by raising a family and providing the necessities of life. The biological game, householder. The aim, raise a family. And then there is a game beyond the metagames. It is the most difficult of games to play. The master game, whose aim is the attainment of full consciousness or real awakening. The master game, the aim, awakening. The basic idea underlying all the great religions is that man is asleep, that he lives amid dreams and delusions, that he cuts himself off from the universal consciousness, to crawl into the narrow shell of a personal ego, to emerge from this narrow shell, to regain union with the universal consciousness, to pass from the darkness of the ego-centered illusion into the light of non-ego. This was the real aim of the religion game, as defined by the great teachers, Jesus, Gautama, Krishna, Hamariva, Lau-Tzu, Socrates. Among the Muslims, this teaching was promulgated by the Sufis, who praise in their poems the delights of the reunion with the friend. The master game still remains the most demanding and difficult of games. And in our society, there are few who play. Contemporary man, hypnotized by the glitter of his own gadgets, has little contact with his inner world, concerns himself with the outer, not inner space. But the master game is played entirely in the inner world, a vast and complex territory about which men know very little. The aim of the game is true awakening, full development of the powers latent in man. The game can be played only by people whose observations of themselves and others have led them to a certain conclusion, namely that man's ordinary state of consciousness, his so-called waking state, is not the highest level of consciousness of which he is capable. In fact, this state is so far from real awakening that it could appropriately be called a condition of waking sleep. Once a person has reached this conclusion, he is no longer able to sleep comfortably. A new appetite develops within him, the hunger for real awakening, for full consciousness. He realizes that he sees, hears, knows only a tiny fraction of what he could see, hear, and know. Man lives in the poorest, shabbiest of the rooms in his inner dwelling. But he could enter other rooms, beautiful and filled with treasures, the windows of which look out onto eternity and infinity. In these rooms, he would transcend his petty personal self and undergo spiritual rebirth. It is the rising from the tomb, which is the theme for so many myths and the basis for all the mystery religions, including Christianity. He who arrives at this conclusion is ready to play the master game. But though he may be ready, he does not necessarily know how to play. He cannot draw upon instinctive knowledge, for nature has not endowed men with such instincts. And so, for those who would play the master game, the search and journey begin.